Hey everyone, welcome to part 14 of this Trophy Gun walkthrough for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me, and a special thank you to all of the channel members. This is a really important episode where we're going to complete Act 2, so let's go ahead and get started by leaving the expedition flag and heading up the nearby stairs. When you get to the top of the stairs, look over by the cliff's edge and you can pick up a Resplendent Chroma catalyst.
Yeah.
Then turn toward the left and go forward until you can use the grapple point to get up to the upper level. Keep going forward along the path, but look toward the left and you can grab some Chroma on the way.
Good stuff.
We'll now continue along the path until we get another black and white scene.
Who is she fighting? Her husband?
After the scene, continue along the path, but hug the right wall as you go around it and we can fight some more enemies. Here we have some Reaper cultists. We're going to start by having Monoco use some free aim shots against them. If you attack the floating orbs around them, it's going to deal a lot of damage, but it also gives shields to the other ones, so just aim your shots carefully and try to only hit the monsters without hitting those orbs. But once two of the monsters are gone, then you can turn your aim to those orbs to quickly get rid of the shields that may have been built up and deal some extra damage to the monster itself. If you run out of free aim shots with Monoco, then just move on to Mime and keep going until it's destroyed with free aim shots. After the fight, we'll collect all of our rewards, including an upgrade to one of Ciel's weapons, the Chation, which now goes from level 9 to level 15. And these monsters were guarding some Chroma, so let's pick it up. At the top of the nearby hill is going to be a safe spot for a Petank enemy, just keep that in mind for later. And now we're going to go forward and we're going to fight the Great Sword cultists who are in the nearby area. We'll begin by having Monoco use cultist slashes to almost eliminate one of the enemies. Now Mime can clean up that one with one free aim shot, and then we'll turn our attention to the other one. We can use some free aim shots followed by a base attack, and that should be enough to win the fight. We'll collect our rewards, including an upgrade to one of the Pictos that we've already received. Energizing Pain gets upgraded from level 7 to level 15. Now we're going to go over toward the right side and we're going to run down the path and we'll see a Petank enemy, but we're not going to fight him just yet. Instead, we're going to circle around the left side, staying away from the Petank, and we're going to run around toward the back side of the windmill in this area where we can pick up an item on the ground. This will give us a color of Lumina. Now we want to circle around this windmill and we're going to hug that left wall very closely so we don't scare the Petank. And we're going to then go over toward the edge of the cliff, and we can use the grapple point to go to a floating platform. We'll continue along these floating platforms until we get to what looks like a lighthouse in the distance. From here, we want to circle around the lighthouse to grab the item behind it, and this is going to give us a Recoat. Now keep circling around, and then we're going to use those grapple points to get back over to where the windmill area was. Once we're here, we're going to circle around the Petank again, and we want to go to the far side of it. and we're going to scare it back over toward where those floating platforms are that took us over to the lighthouse. And then we want to start to scare it up the ramp. The goal is to get it to that green safe spot at the top of the hill. You might need to be a little bit careful as you move around. If it goes a little bit past that ledge, then you want to hug that left cliff edge, go around the Petank, and then scare it back over toward the cliff's edge. And now we can get it to the safe point, and we can go ahead and fight this very unique Petank battle. This Petank is pretty tricky because we can't really damage it the way that we're used to damaging enemies. Instead, you want to use your free aim shot to hit the glowing green orb, but then that green orb is going to start teleporting all around the air around the enemy. So you've got to be pretty quick to locate that glowing green orb and then shoot it whenever it appears. If it disappears, that's okay, it will pop up in another area, and we're just going to keep using our free aim shots until we run out of AP, and then we're able to just use a base attack against the Petank. Now luckily we will be building up burns, which will help a little bit to do extra damage and make this fight go a little bit quicker, but mostly we just have to damage the enemy by hitting that glowing orb as it floats through the air using our free aim shots. We're still on a bit of a timer with this fight because the Petank will run away if we take too long. Luckily, we are pretty good at generating AP, so we should be able to do lots of free aim shots whenever it's our character's turn. The Petank can also attack us, and when that happens, I would recommend trying to parry it so that we can gain more AP that we can use for shooting the glowing orb. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit just for the sake of time to show the one other complication in this fight, and that's that the Petank can cast something on us called Dizzy. Dizzy is a status effect that makes it harder for the character to aim, and obviously that's a problem for us as we have to hit this thing. Now, I'm not moving the reticle right now, it's moving for me. What I would recommend is trying to hit the green orb as you're moving toward it. If you stop moving the reticle, it will start to move it for you, but if you're actively in control of moving it, it's not wobbling around, making it harder for you to aim. So try to hit it on the move, and that makes it a lot easier to hit. And that's really all there is to this Petank battle. It's annoying because of how long it takes and because we have to only use free aim shots really, but it's not terribly difficult to win. After that, we'll collect all of our rewards, including some pretty good items. We get some more Resplendent Chroma catalysts. We get 1 Recoat. And we get 5 colors of Lumina. Now we're going to turn toward the right and go forward along the path past where we fought those greatsword cultists. Keep going all the way into the distance where we can see some lanterns against the cliff's edge. There's a little shrine here where we can pick up some chroma. And then we want to turn toward the left, and we're going to find a golden rope that will take us way down into the earth. At the bottom of this area is another one of those Mime enemies, but this time he's surrounded by 2 friends, one Clair and one Obscur. We want to go into our character menu and we want to choose Verso so that we can switch his Confuso weapon with the Lanceram weapon, and we'll be able to do more consistent damage against these enemies. Remember that the Confuso does light damage and the Clair enemy nullifies all light damage. Once you're ready, then leave the menu, head over, and let's fight these enemies. As always, the Mime will build a wall and protect itself, so we'll have to break it before we can do any real damage, and it starts with a lot of shields. We're going to ignore the Mime for right now and have Monoco use Cultist Slashes against the Clair enemy on the right. That'll take away about half of his health, and then Mayel will use her free aim shots and a base attack against the enemy. And hopefully we're racking up some good burns on the enemy, so even if you don't quite kill it, it's still probably going to die from burns at the beginning of its next turn. So because it's on fire, I'll ignore him, and instead Verso is going to attack the Obscure enemy on the left with free aim shots and a base attack. And at this point, you should be pretty good about parrying or dodging the combos from the Mime's attacks. The Clair enemy burns and is defeated, and the Obscur enemy will attack. Our counterattack did a lot of damage to him, and because the Bestial Wheel is on the Balanced Mask, and we've got the AP for it, we can use Chalier combo to do massive damage to the Obscur and take him out. And now all that's left is a Mime with a ton of shields, but Mayel can use Breaking Rules to take all those shields away. And with Verso, we're just going to use our free aim shots, and we're going to use our base attacks. And now with Monoco's turn, we're just going to use a base attack to build up some more AP. Once again, we're going to counter the Mime's attacks. And Mayel can use free aim shots as well as a base attack, and we're trying to get that break gauge as full as possible. And now Monoco has enough AP that we can use a Portier Crash to break the enemy. And now that the Mime is broken, we can do max damage with Verso pretty much every time we do something with him while we have the S rank in Perfection. And for the rest of this battle, all we're going to do is use our free aim shots and base attacks, and this fight will be over in just a moment. There you go, another Mime enemy defeated. We have enough experience for Monoco to get up to level 51, and we unlock a new hairstyle for Mayel. There's nothing else to do down in the bottom of this area, so let's ride that golden rope all the way back up to the top. When you're at the top, run forward while hugging the left wall and go around the corner, where we can find another group of enemies with a Hexka, an Obscur, and a Greatsword Cultist. We'll begin by having Monoco use his free aim shots to attack the Obscur enemy on the right until we're out of AP, and then we'll switch over to a base attack. Mayel will do the same thing by using free aim shots against the Obscur and a base attack. On Verso's turn, we'll use one free aim shot on the Obscur so that we have 3 AP left, and then we can use the skill Blitz against the Obscur. Now Verso can play again. If you want, use some free aim shots to guarantee the kill, or get lucky with some crits and you're able to take him down. We fought plenty of Hexkas and the Bloodsword Cultists before, so you should be able to parry their attacks pretty nicely. If you're able to save up enough AP with Monoco, then you can use the Agile Mask boosted Chevalier Piercing skill to go right through the Hexka's shields, and you're able to take away about half of his health. Here comes the attack from the Greatsword Cultist, but it's pretty easy to dodge these ones. Make sure you jump the third attack and counterattack it. Now Mayel's going to use her free aim shots to take away the rest of the shields on the Greatsword Cultist and do a base attack against it. And now Verso can use his free aim shots to take out the Greatsword Cultist, and then we'll turn our attention to the Hexka. We'll keep hitting it with those free aim shots and a base attack, and it should be gone. After the fight, we'll collect all of our rewards, including enough experience for both Mayel and Verso to get to level 52. Then we're going to go forward, but don't go into that opening just yet. Instead, circle around toward the right, and we can pick up a new Pictos on the ground. This will give us weakness gain, plus 1 AP on hitting an enemy's weakness once per turn. Then we're going to run across this area toward the other side where we can see a ledge that we can climb up. Climb up another ledge to get to the top. And we can grab some Chroma up here.
Nice.
Now we can drop down from the ledge, and we'll go over toward the left to go up this ramp. Once you're at the top, then use the grapple points to proceed forward along the floating platforms. When we reach the top, there'll be a nearby expedition flag, so let's go ahead and use that. We'll worry about the upgrading attributes later on. For now, we can just rest really quick, and then we'll continue along the path. We'll go up this wooden ramp toward the top, and then drop off the right side as soon as we get up to the top. And now we can grab the item on the ground to get a color of Lumina. We then want to circle around until we can climb up this ledge, and we can fight the enemy on the edge of this cliff. We'll have Monoco use free aim shots to attack the weak point right in the middle of the mask where you can see a glow on the enemy on the left. And we'll do that until we run out of AP, and then we'll switch over to using a base attack against it. Mime will then continue the attack by using her free aim shots to attack that same enemy's weakness until it's defeated. After that, we'll turn toward the enemy on the right, and we'll keep shooting its weak point until we run out of AP. At this point, we'll use a base attack against the other enemy, the Troubadour, who's in the middle. Now that that enemy's defeated, we'll have Verso keep attacking that enemy's weak point, and then if you run out of AP, just use a base attack and you'll win. When we win, we get 2 upgraded items. Our longer shell Pictos upgrades from level 9 to level 15, and our weapon for Lune, the Troubadim, goes from level 8 to level 15. We then want to drop down the ledge in front of us, and we're going to go over toward the right side. And we're going to circle around until we can fight another enemy. This fight plays out exactly like the last one. We'll have Monoco attack the weak point on the enemy on the left until we're out of AP, and then we can use the base attack. Mime attacks that same enemy's weak point with free aim shots until it dies. Then we attack the weak point on the enemy on the right until we're out of AP. After that, we use a base attack against the Troubadour in the middle. And then Verso continues to attack the weak point using free aim shots on the last remaining enemy until we switch over and use a base attack. After the fight, we'll get all of our experience and our Chroma and possibly a Resplendent Chroma Catalyst, and then we want to continue running along the path in front of us until we get to the end. As we turn toward the left, then we can pick up a color of Lumina off the ground. And now we can turn around and go back the way that we came. Continue to hug the left wall as you go around, and then that will take you to another enemy roaming around down here. Let's go ahead and fight him. We'll start by having Monoco attack the weak point of the enemy in the middle by using free aim shots, and when we run out of AP, we'll use a base attack. Now Mime will use her free aim shots to kill the enemy on the left, and then the enemy on the right. And then she'll attack the enemy in the middle until it's defeated. Now we collect all of our rewards, including enough experience for Monoco to get to level 52, and we get an upgrade to Ciel's weapon, the Ramasson, which goes from level 9 to level 15. Continue along the path in front of you to find a golden rope that will take you to the upper area. And in front of you is going to be some more Chroma that you can pick up on the ground.
Nice.
Drop down from the ledge, and proceed forward and toward the left until you can fight another group of enemies. Let's begin by having Monoco use his free aim shots to attack the weak point of the enemy on the right, and when he runs out of AP, then he'll use a base attack against that same enemy. Mime will then continue to attack that same enemy's weak point with free aim shots until it's defeated, and then we'll use all of our remaining AP to use free aim shots against the enemy in the middle. When you're out of AP, then just use a base attack against the Troubadour on the left. Versa will use one free aim shot, and with 3 AP left, then he's going to use the Blitz skill. On our second turn, we're going to use one free aim shot, and then we'll use a base attack. And finally, Monoco should have enough AP, and combined with the Agile Mask of the Bestial Wheel, we can use Cultist Slashes to take the enemy down. Let's collect our rewards, including enough experience for Verso to hit level 53, and then before we go along the path, we want to turn back toward the right, go behind the nearby cannon, and we can pick up some Chroma.
Interesting.
Keep turning toward the right, and we're going to run past where we just fought those enemies, but we'll stick over toward the left-hand side. We'll go up the little hill, and that will take us to an item against the wall, and when we pick it up, we'll get a color of Lumina. Turn back toward the right and proceed along the path. Follow the path forward and then over toward the left to go through a large doorway where you'll also find a grave. If you look closely, that grave has a robotic prosthetic hand on it. Now turn over toward the left, and we can go through this narrow passageway. On the other side is going to be a door, and we'll interact with it and be transported back over into the manor. When you arrive, we'll start by going over toward the left side first to pick up an item on the ground. This is going to give us a new music record that we have to collect for a trophy. And then on the other side of this area is an expedition journal. Let's go ahead and have a listen to this one.
His little grin. So proud of his latest creation. But at least those memories remain. What hurts more are the memories unmade. The conversations we'll never have. The time we'll never spend. I want rage to consume me. Anything to fill the hollow. But rage won't come. And I just float in an endless nothingness. The person I cannot be around is Alicia. Her pain is a broken mirror. The shards reflecting back tenfold, and every moment with her the cuts deepen and I feel myself unraveling. I know what he'll say. But this is the first time I've felt any surcease. For a few moments a day, my heart beats again.
After collecting the journal for Aline, we're going to continue over toward the far side of this area where we can find some stairs that will lead us down. Continue forward and go through the door on the far end. Now proceed forward and then over toward the right. Go to the end of the hall and then left, and that will take you to the entryway area, and we'll exit out the front door. Once we're back inside the monolith, we're going to continue forward through the narrow passageway, and when we get back to the grave, we'll turn toward the left and run toward the far end. And when prompted, use the grapple points to navigate to the far edge. We've now arrived at a very snowy area, and to the left of the large doorway is another expedition flag that we can use. This time around, we are going to upgrade our attributes, so let's go down to that option and select it. We're going to give all of our characters as many points into agility as possible. So Luna gets to 33, Verso gets to 60 points, Mayel gets to 57 points, Monoco gets up to 57 points, and CL gets up to 36 points. Once we're all done with that, we'll leave the expedition flag and go forward through the large doorway, and as we proceed forward, we're going to get another one of those black and white scenes.
These are memories.
How do you know that?
The Chroma here. I can read it.
After the scene, hug the right wall and you're going to go down the slope where you can find an item on this outcropping. We'll pick it up and we'll get a color of Lumina. Then turn around and stick over toward the right side as we proceed forward where we can find some enemies waiting for us. Let's fight these guys. Monoco will begin the fight by using the Cultist Slashes skills against one of the enemies. I'm just going to attack the one on the left. With that one gone, Mayel is going to use her free aim shots against the enemy on the right until we run out of AP. Then we can use a base attack against the other enemy in the middle. Even if the enemy summons a clone, it won't be a big deal for us to take care of. We'll have Verso use his free aim shots against the enemy to defeat it, and then he can turn his attention to the clone. A couple more free aim shots plus a base attack and that enemy's defeated. We'll collect all of our experience, including enough for Mayel to get up to level 53, and then we want to continue forward and over toward the right side where we can find some red flowers, and at the end of this area is some more Chroma to pick up.
Nice.
Now we're going to go fight another boss. Let's turn around and we're going to run back the way that we came, past the area where we had the black and white scene. We'll keep going straight ahead and we can find a large rocky monster in front of us. Let's get close to him and then we can initiate a first strike. Let's see if we can beat this boss without it ever getting a chance to attack us. We'll begin by having Monoco use a base attack. His normal attack does fire damage, which is this enemy's current weakness. But when he's hit by that, he changes his stance and now he's going to absorb fire attacks. We'll have Mayel use her free aim shots until we're out of AP, and then she can just use her base attack. Verso is going to use one of his free aim shots, and then he's going to use his blitz skill so that we can act again.
Let's go faster.
And at this point, we're going to have him use one free aim shot and his base attack.
We're
It's Monoco's turn, and we have enough AP that we can use Portier Crash to break the enemy, thanks to the fact that his break gauge is now full. The enemy is stunned and can't do anything, and it's Mael's turn again. We'll use some free aim shots and a base attack.
Ready to strike.
Verso's then going to use his Blitz skill,
Let's carve a path.
and then we can use one free aim shot and a base attack.
Time to
Now it's Monoco's turn, and we're going to use a base attack against the enemy to generate lots of AP, even though we're attacking with the fire element and it's going to give him a little bit of health back. It's really not a big deal. We'll then have Mael use her free aim shots and a base attack. And now we have enough AP for Monoco to use Portier Crash. Verso can now use enough free aim shots until he has 3 AP remaining, and then we're going to use a Blitz skill.
Let's go fast.
And we'll use another free aim shot and then a base attack to win. And that's how you beat that boss without ever giving it a chance to attack. We'll collect all of our rewards, including some good items like 3 Resplendent Chroma Catalysts, and we're going to get 1 Recoat. Following the fight, turn toward the left and run over toward the edge of the cliff. If you look carefully, you'll see a grapple point in the distance that we can use to go over the gap. Proceed forward and you'll see 1 paint cage lock on the right hand side that you should shoot. Continue going forward and you'll see the paint cage on the left underneath the golden train. But if you circle around toward the right side, you're able to find the second paint cage lock on the ground. If you look up at that giant golden train, look toward the right side of it and you'll find the third paint cage lock. Once you shoot it, that will unlock the paint cage below, and we can go over and pick up the item inside, a new Pictos called Empowering Parry. Each successful parry increases damage by 5% until the end of the following turn. Taking any damage removes this buff. We'll then go back the way we came, climbing up the ledge and using the grapple point to go back over where we fought the boss. Continue forward across this area, and you'll find a ledge with some handholds that we can use to get up to the upper level. When you're at the top, you'll see a Gestral merchant. Let's go and talk to him. Got so much snow in my joints, it's really slowed me down. Is this what cold feels like? We'll choose trade, and then we want to fight the merchant, so we'll hold down the square button. And then we'll choose Mael as our expeditioner combatant. Let's start the fight by having her use her free aim shots against the enemy until we're out of AP, and then we'll use a base attack. The direct damage that we do plus any burn damage should take away most of his health. The enemy uses its turn to grow bigger, and then we can act again. We'll use some more free aim shots and a base attack, and then when the burn damage ticks again, the fight's over. Let's collect our rewards and get a little more dialogue. Oh, I got a good kick out of our duel. Let me know if you want to trade the real stuff. We'll choose trade. We can now purchase the Greater Defenseless Pictos for 47,600 Chroma, which gives plus 15% to defenseless damage amplification. And we'll purchase the Gargant weapon for CL for 26,384 Chroma. Let's go to the bottom of the list to purchase the Healing Tint Shard for 5,000 Chroma, and we'll buy all 3 of the colors of Lumina for 1,000 Chroma each. And then we'll buy all 5 of the Resplendent Chroma Catalysts for 3,000 Chroma each. We're not going to worry about the Chroma Catalyst or the Polished Chroma Catalyst though. A nice jog around the mountain ought to wake me up. When you're done with the Gestral Merchant, turn around and go over toward the nearby building, and you can pick up a new Pictos off the ground called Enfeebling Attack. Base attack applies Powerless for 1 turn. We'll then turn toward the left and go along the path, following the red flowers as they go up the hill. and we can find another group of enemies at the top. Let's go ahead and fight these guys. We'll start by having Monoco use his Cultist Slashes skill to attack the enemy on the right with the big hammer. Mime can finish off the enemy's health by hitting it with a couple of free aim shots. And then we'll turn our attention toward the enemy on the left, and we'll keep shooting it. I would recommend shooting in the head as it seems to deal a little bit more damage, and if you're lucky, you can even finish it off with free aim shots before attacking the enemy in the middle. We'll have Verso use one free aim shot, and then with the 3 remaining AP, we'll use a Blitz.
Let's go.
We'll then use all of our free aim shots against him, and then a base attack. The enemy's almost defeated. We'll have Monoco use his free aim shots and a base attack to win. After the fight, we're going to get enough experience for Monoco to get to level 53. We also get a new foot for Monoco because we defeated that new enemy with the hammer, and we get a new weapon for Lune called the Lithelim with a base power of 808 and the fire element. It scales with vitality and luck. We'll then turn toward the left and we can find a small trail that leads up to a group of enemies, and we'll fight these guys as well. Once again, Monoco will begin the battle by using Cultist Slashes against one of the enemies with the hammer. Mime will finish him off with a couple of free aim shots, and then we'll start shooting the enemy in the middle until we're out of AP. After that, we'll use a base attack against the enemy on the left. Verso is going to use a free aim shot against the enemy in the middle, and then we can use a blitz to finish it off. And on the second turn, Verso is going to use his free aim shots followed by a base attack to win. After the fight, we get enough experience for both Mime and Verso to get up to level 54, and then we'll continue on. There's nothing else to do at the top of this hill, so we'll turn around and go back down the hill toward the large opening. Let's run inside and stick over toward the left. As we circle around, we're able to pick up an item on the ground behind this pillar, and this is going to give us a color of Lumina. Now we'll turn around and head into the train station area. We'll go down into this icy cave, and we can use a grapple point to go across the gap. Turn left and proceed forward until you get to a large pile of rocks next to the pillar. Once you're there, go around that pillar, and you can pick up an item to grab a Resplendent Chroma Catalyst. Then head over toward the right side until you find an NPC, and we'll talk to him. Welcome to my train station. Where do you want to go? Where can you take us? From here, the next destination is Lumiere, my hometown. Alright then, take us there. We then arrive in Lumiere. We're going to go forward and we'll use the expedition flag. Let's go to upgrade attributes and we'll give everyone some more points into agility. That'll raise Lune up to 36, Verso up to 63, Mime up to 63, Monoco up to 60, and CL up to 39. After that, we can go ahead and rest if you need to, and then we'll leave the expedition flag and proceed forward until we can fight a group of enemies. Let's begin by having Monoco use Cultist Slashes against the enemy in the middle with the glowing yellow eyes. After that, Mayel will use her free aim shots against that enemy, and she'll use her base attack against one of the enemies on the side with the blue sword. And now Verso will defeat all 3 enemies using his free aim shots. We'll take out the enemy on the left first, then the enemy in the middle, and once that's done, we'll use the rest of our free aim shots to attack the enemy on the right, and finally we'll use a base attack to finish him off. After the battle, we'll collect all of our rewards, including an upgrade to the Perilous Parry Pictos. It now goes from level 10 up to level 15. As we look toward the large statue in the middle, we're going to run around toward the right side and get to a fight against some more enemies. Let's start by having Monoco use his Cultist Slashes skill against the enemy in the middle with the gold eyes. Now Mayel can use her free aim shots against that same enemy in the middle, and when you're out of AP, then use a base attack against the enemy on the left. Verso will use his free aim shots to attack the enemy on the left until it's defeated, then attack the enemy in the middle until it's defeated, and then use free aim shots against the enemy on the right till you're out of AP, and then use a base attack. After the battle, we'll collect all of our rewards, including the possible Resplendent Chroma Catalyst that these enemies drop. And then we want to turn toward the left and circle around the large statue in the middle, and then we'll run straight across this plaza until we get to the far wall with what looks like giant piles of gold, and we can pick up a Recoat on the ground. Now we'll turn around and we'll stay over toward the left side as we go down this other street. And then we can use the grapple point to go over the large gap. Now on the other side, we're going to go into the alleyway nearby. And if we look over toward the right side, we can use another grapple point to go up on top of this pillar, and we'll get another black and white scene. After that scene, we'll look into the distance to find another grapple point that will take us up to the top.
I don't understand.
Verso? You okay?
Yeah, fine. Let's keep moving. We're almost at the top.
Hug the left wall as you proceed through this area, and that will take you back out to a cliff overlooking the area that we just ran through. And on the edge of the cliff is going to be a color of Lumina. After collecting that, turn around and run straight back through the alleyway, and you'll see some stairs in front of you. We'll stay over toward the left side first, and we can go up the stairs to fight another enemy. Now we have a fight against 2 of those GoldenEye enemies. We'll begin with Monoco using Cultist Slashes against one of them. And now Mayel can unload a bunch of free aim shots into that same enemy, and when she's out of AP, we'll use a base attack against the other one. Now Verso will finish off the first enemy with some free aim shots. Once it's defeated, we're then going to turn our attention to the other one. We'll hit it with some free aim shots and a base attack, and combined with the burn damage, we should be able to get the kill. Once again, we'll collect all of our rewards, and then we'll carry on. We want to go a little bit further forward and then over toward the left, where we can find some Chroma on the ground.
Good stuff.
Now we're going to turn around and run forward through the gate, and then turn toward the right and go down the stairs that you'll find around the corner. And we'll find another enemy patrolling around this area that we can fight. We'll have Monoco use Cultist Slashes against the enemy with the gold eyes in the middle. Mael will then use her free aim shots against the same enemy until we're out of AP, and then we'll use a base attack against the enemy on the left. Finally, we'll have Verso use his free aim shots to take out the enemy on the left and the enemy in the middle, and then we'll use only enough AP with free aim shots until we get down to 3 AP remaining with Verso. Then we'll use a Blitz against this enemy. And then on the follow-up turn, we'll just use a base attack to take him down. Let's collect all of our rewards, including enough experience for Monoco to get up to level 54, and then we want to continue straight ahead down the stairs, and then we'll go over toward the right-hand side. We then want to run forward toward the large golden tree in the distance. Once you get close, stick over toward the right side, and you'll find an alleyway going over toward the right. Let's go in here, and then we can grab the item on the ground to get a color of Lumina. We then want to go forward a little bit, and we can use the grapple point to go over the gap. And just ahead is another grapple point that we can use. And now we'll fight the nearby enemies. Let's start by having Monoco use his Cultist Slashes skills against the enemy with the golden eyes. Mael will use her free aim shots against that same enemy until we're out of AP, and then we'll use a base attack against the enemy in the middle. Verso will use his free aim shots to kill the enemy in the middle, and then kill the enemy on the left. After that, we'll use enough AP to get down to 3 AP remaining with our free aim shots, and then we'll use a Blitz. We'll use our 1 AP as a free aim shot, and then we'll use a normal base attack. It's Monoco's turn again, and we're going to have him use his free aim shots, and then a base attack. This enemy has a combo attack that ends with a gradient attack that we can counter. Pay close attention to the sound of these attacks. They're the giveaway of when to parry. And then also when the screen turns gray, it's going to be the third sound you hear is when you want to try to use the gradient counter by hitting R2. That's about all there is to this fight. We'll just have Mael finish him off, and then we'll carry on. We want to continue forward and stick over toward the left-hand side where we can get 2 items. The first of which is another expedition journal. Let's have a listen to this.
Charlotte, 17. We finally installed the last set of grapple points, with only days to spare. And for the first time, I feel real hope. This is our gift, for all the expeditions to come. I am incredibly proud of our team. The interior of the monolith is perhaps the harshest landscape we've encountered. The final set of grapple points were excruciatingly complex to place and required painstaking focus and skill. But we were bold. We were ambitious and we refused to stop. There's no other group of people I'd rather be with, and it is an honor to die by their side. It is fitting that we greet our end together within the monolith that has loomed over us for so long. Though this Nevron has won the battle, the expeditions shall win the war. Tomorrow is here.
If you were wondering where all those grapple points came from, they were set up by Expedition 70, 1 year before Expedition 69 put up all the handholds. And nearby there's going to be a color of Lumina that you can pick up at this dead end. Now we'll turn around and go back the way we came, using those grapple points to go back out by the large golden tree in the middle of the plaza. Stay over toward the right-hand side and follow the path around. We'll now go down this tunnel and then immediately go over toward the left. We want to run all the way to the far edge of this area, hugging the left wall the whole time. And when we go down here, we can pick up another item off the ground, and this will give us a color of Lumina. Now turn around and start heading back the way that you came, but stay on to the left side, and that will allow you to loop around, and then we'll go down another path. When you get to the end, look toward the right and you can use another grapple point, and then proceed forward and up the stairs. There's some enemies lying in wait for us up here. We have one Clair, one Obscur, and a boss known as Clair Obscur, which is a combination of the two. Our main focus is to get rid of the Clair enemy on the right because it can shield the other allies, so we'll have Monoco use Cultist Slashes against it. Now let's have Mayel use her free aim shots to keep attacking the same enemy, and then we'll use our base attack against that same enemy to take it down. Now with Verso, we'll use one free aim shot against the Obscure enemy on the left, and then we'll use Blitz. On the second turn, we're going to use one free aim shot, and then a base attack against him. The Clair Obscur boss can do these powerful attacks, but they count out in threes, so pay attention to the timing and try to block them or parry them. But even if you screw it up, we're not taking that much damage. Now we'll have Monoco just use a base attack against the Obscure enemy on the left to regain some AP. That Obscure enemy is able to enrage its allies, which can be a little bit of a problem for us if we let this battle drag on for too long. It can also cause exhaustion on your party members, so you need to be careful about that. It's Mayel's turn once again, and we'll use some free aim shots and a base attack against the Obscure enemy on the left. Once it's been defeated, we only have the main boss remaining. So what we want to do is to have Verso use some free aim shots until he's got 3 AP, then he can use a Blitz. And then on the follow-up turn, we'll use 1 AP as a free aim shot and then a base attack. The Clair Obscur boss can perform a silencing combo. Characters who can get hit by this can be afflicted with the silent status effect, which means we won't be able to use skills. Luckily, the timing is pretty easy to parry those, and we can get a big counter attack. The enemy also is enraged, which is a status effect that makes the character play twice in a row. That can be problematic for us if we don't dodge or parry the attacks very well. Now with Monoco, because we're on the balanced mask part of the bestial wheel and we've got enough AP, we can use Chalier combo to deal lots of damage. Mael once again is just going to use a bunch of free aim shots and then a base attack. And now we can have Verso finish the fight with some free aim shots and a base attack. When he gets up to that S rank in perfection, we can do an absolutely insane amount of damage and win the fight pretty quickly. After the battle, we get enough experience for Mael and Verso to get to level 55. We also get some Resplendent Chroma catalysts, as well as a new Pictos called Breaking Attack. Base attack can break. We then get a new weapon for Verso called Dreameso. It has a base power of 731, the physical element, and it scales with agility and luck. And because we beat a boss, we get 5 colors of Lumina. Now we're going to keep going forward until we get to the table in front of us that holds a weapon. We'll pick it up and we'll get a new weapon for Lune called Lithelim with a base power of 739. It has the void element and it scales with vitality and with luck. We then want to go back the way that we came and go down the stairs, but hug the left wall as you go around, and you can run down the walkway, and on the right hand side is going to be a grapple point that you can use to go over the gap. We'll then continue forward and a little bit toward the left, and we can find another group of enemies standing out in the open here, and we can go fight them. This is just a battle against one Clair and one Obscur. We'll begin by having Monoco use Cultist Slashes against the Clair enemy on the right. And now Mael can use her free aim shots to attack the same enemy, and once we're out of AP, we'll just use a base attack against him. This enemy has low enough health that it will die from a burn on its turn anyway, but I can have Verso use free aim shots to take him out and get a little bit more AP thanks to Dead Energy too. And then we're going to use enough free aim shots to get down to 3 AP before we use a blitz, and then we can have a follow-up turn where we'll use 1 free aim shot and a base attack. It's Monoco's turn again. We'll use some free aim shots and then a base attack against him. And then we'll do our best to try to avoid his attacks. After some successful parries and a counterattack, we can then have Mael finish off the enemy with some free aim shots and a base attack. If you weren't able to get that, then Verso should be able to finish it on his next turn. Following the battle, we're going to turn toward the left and we're going to circle around the golden statue in the middle. In the distance, you'll see a large pillar. We want to run just to the left of that, and then that will take us behind some barrels. And on the right-hand side in the corner are going to be some more barrels that we can destroy, and we can grab some chroma from back here. Now let's turn around and we're going to go back to the large golden statue in the middle of this area. Let's keep going straight ahead and we'll go down the road in front of us. At the end of this road are going to be a couple enemies roaming around here, so let's get close and then initiate a first strike against them to fight them. We'll start by having Monoco use his Cultist Slashes skills against one enemy. We'll choose the one on the left. And now Mael will use her free aim shots against the same enemy. When we run out of AP, then we'll use a base attack against the enemy on the right. Verso will use his free aim shots to take out the enemy on the left. And once it's defeated, we'll turn our attention over toward the right. We'll use some more free aim shots, followed by a base attack. All of these attacks combined with the burn damage will be enough to take out that enemy, and we can move on from here. If we go slightly further past where these monsters were, there's an item on the ground that we can pick up. So let's do that, and we're going to get a Resplendent Chroma Catalyst. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to go back to that golden statue in the middle of the area. Then turn toward the right and start heading down this ramp. When you get all the way to the bottom, there's going to be an expedition flag that we can use. We'll stop by here and we'll go to upgrade attributes, and we'll dump some more points into agility for all the characters. Luna gets up to 39 points, Verso gets up to 66 points, Mael gets up to 66 points, Monoco gets up to 63 points, and CL gets up to 42 points. Once you're done upgrading those attributes, then go to the fast travel option, and we want to fast travel to Tainted Waters. If you'll recall, we met a Gestral merchant here, but we didn't have enough Chroma to purchase all of the weapons that he had available, but now we do have enough Chroma, and we're going to go back and we're going to meet with him. When you arrive at the expedition flag, turn around and go into this cave. You'll follow the path through here, and when it opens up, you want to turn a little bit toward the left and look to see where the sunlight is coming through the seaweed. There's going to be a ramp over here that we can take up, and we can find Mr. the Gestral Merchant up here. The dialogue is the same as before, so we'll skip through that and then go to the trade option. We can now go down to the bottom of the list, and we can purchase the two weapons down here. We'll purchase the Fragaro weapon for 35,360 Chroma and the Vermum weapon for 27,744 Chroma. And we'll pick up the remaining Resplendent Chroma Catalyst that we couldn't afford earlier. Fragaro is a weapon for Monoco that has a base power of 1000, the lightning element, and it scales with defense and luck. And Mael got the Vermum, which has a base power of 785, the physical element, and scales with vitality and luck. Now we need to make our way back over to that expedition flag so we can fast travel back to where we just came from. So go down the ramp, avoid the enemy or fight him if you want to, but proceed left, and then follow the trail of seaweed on the ground as it goes up this path and returns you to that expedition flag. We can use the flag, and then we'll choose the fast travel option, and we want to get back to Tower Peak. Once you arrive, you just want to run forward into the next area. It's going to be a wide open area, and just keep going forward until you get a scene and a boss fight.
Taking her down.
She's not the only one who grieves. The pain of losing you, she made me inherit it. Punishment, perhaps, for not being there when it mattered. I refuse to lose my son.
That son was a stranger.
But you're not. You're not.
You lost me years ago, and I lost you.
So you leave us no choice. Tell me, how are you different from her in doing this?
I'm tired.
So trust me. We are your family.
family is complicated.
If saving you means losing you, then so be it.
We only need to incapacitate him.
We'll find a way to kill him.
Now have a battle against Renoir, and it's a pretty tricky battle. We'll begin by having Monoco use Cultist Slashes against him. Renoir can attempt to vanish a character. It's one attack followed by a gradient attack. Now it's Mael's turn, and we'll have her use her free aim shots, and then we'll use a base attack. With Verso, we'll use one free aim shot, and then we'll use a blitz attack. And on the follow-up turn, we'll use one free aim shot followed by a base attack. And now Monoco will use his base attack to regain some AP, and once Renoir gets down to 50% health or below, phase 2 of the fight begins.
Your sister deserves more.
Now Renoir regains all of his health and the fight begins anew, but this time he has a helper with some nasty attacks. Do your best to avoid the onslaught of attacks by Renoir and his helper. It doesn't help that he also has the enraged status effect, and he will attack multiple turns in a row. It's Mael's turn, and we're going to use some free aim shots and hopefully get some burns on him, and then we'll use a base attack. With Verso, we can use enough of our free aim shots to get down to 3 AP, but instead of using Blitz, we're going to use Assault 0 to keep generating perfection as quickly as possible. And now with Monoco, we're on the balanced mask of the Bestial Wheel, and we've got lots of AP, so we'll use Chalier Combo. Now again, do your best to try to avoid his attacks. Back to Mael's turn, and we're going to use our free aim shots until we're out of AP, and then we'll use a base attack. With Monoco, we're only going to use a base attack to regain more AP. And Verso will also just use a base attack. We've got lots of hits incoming, so be prepared to dodge. When the dark creature launches itself at the expedition, get ready to jump over it, and then you can counter for some big damage. As you can see, I'm getting hit by a lot of attacks, but we're not actually really in danger of dying thanks to our setup. Mael's going to use some more free aim shots and a base attack, and then with Monoco we're on the almighty mask of the wheel, which means any attack is powered up, and we're going to use another Chalier combo for big damage. Renoir is almost defeated. We can have Verso use one free aim shot followed by a blitz, and if he's still alive after that, then we've got the follow-up turn to finish him off. After the battle, we'll get enough experience for Monoco to get up to level 55, and we're also going to get Renoir's suit and the second chance Pictos, which I'll explain soon. But for now, let's have a cutscene.
It's not her. It's your sister, your mother, me. We are your family. He would condemn us all to die. For what? Who do you really save with your sacrifice?
Your sister and your mother?
You're too drunk on your own illusions to understand.
Then let us celebrate the second destruction of the Descendre family! Long last, we meet. This is all you have left of your son. Destroying it won't bring your wife back. It will only destroy the last tie you have to each other.
Hey, how did you do that?
Not sure. The curator felt it.
Can you do it again?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah, I think I can.
What did Renoir mean? The things he said to the curator?
I'm not sure.
She's through that.
Yeah. Behind this door is the future of Lumiere. what every expedition has worked towards. I have trust in us.
When we defeated Renoir, we got the second chance Pictos, revive with 100% health once per battle. And we also got Renoir's suit, which is a new outfit for Verso. Then after collecting our other goodies like the 3 Resplendent Chroma Catalysts and the Recoat, we're going to proceed forward and we'll go through the portal. Once we're outside, we'll see that we're at Monolith Peak, and we want to go forward and use the nearby expedition flag. And because some of our characters have leveled up, we'll go to upgrade attributes, and we want to dump a few more points into agility. That will bring Lune up to 42 points, Verso and Mayel stay at 66 points, and then Monoco gets up to 66 points. Go ahead and rest at the expedition flag, and then we'll continue to go up the path over toward our left, and that will take us all the way up to the summit.
We're outside.
She's there. I can feel her.
We need to be as prepared as possible. Once we go up, there's no turning back.
Let's continue forward until we get a cutscene and a boss fight.
That's her. The Paintress.
She looks like the curator.
Renoir. He mentioned the curator's wife. She's the Paintress.
You've come back.
Alors tranchons la trame, découle la
But
sinistre.
the fire. Are you really here? Or is he?
Je t'en prie, fuis ce tableau maudit, cette toile d'une fausse.
Oh, is he playing tricks again? Alicia,
Alicia.
your face.
My face. What about my face? Are you going to burn it again?
Alicia's your daughter.
And Maya'll remind you of her. The daughter you lost.
Come along. Let's go home.
Yes. You need to go home.
This is another trick. She's not Alicia. You are not my Verso.
No.
No. You are his creations, not mine. You will not take this canvas from me.
Now we have a battle against the Paintress. It's a multi-part fight, and we'll begin by having Monoco use Cultist Slashes. If she summons Void Meteors, be careful because you're going to have to parry a series of attacks, and they're going to attack random party members. As long as the last character that gets attacked parries all of their ones, then you're able to get the counter attack. Mayel is going to use her free aim shots until she's out of AP, and then she'll use a base attack. And now with Verso, we'll be careful as we use our free aim shots because she does move quite a bit when she's hit, and if you attack too quickly, you'll miss some of those free aim shots. So take your time and keep using those shots until you get down to 3 AP, and then we're going to use Assault 0 to boost up our Perfection gauge. We need Monoco to keep gaining AP, so we'll just use a base attack with him. Now here comes a gradient attack. She'll float up into the air, pause a second, and then when she starts moving down, that's the time to try to counter her. I didn't get that counter, and I took a lot of damage because of it. Now with Mayel, because the enemy is burning, we're going to use Swift Stride to get ourselves back into Virtuo stance. It's Verso's turn again, and we're just going to use a base attack to regain some AP. It's time for Monoco to attack again, and we're on the Balanced Mask of the Bestial Wheel, so we'll use Chalier combo for big damage. Here comes 2 different attacks from her. If she throws Chroma Waves, it's 2 quick attacks, followed by 2 that have a pause. And then if she scatters Chroma, she's going to attack with set intervals. That makes it pretty easy to parry, and you can get a really powerful counterattack. We're getting close to the end of part 1 of this fight, and because part 2 begins where we leave off, you want to make sure that you're set up well for that, so make sure all of your characters have a lot of AP, and then try to break her as you go into part 2 so that she'll begin broken in the next part. We'll then finish this round just by having Monoco and Verso use their base attacks to make sure that they're up to their maximum amount of AP. And after phase 1, there'll be a short intermission cutscene before the next round begins.
I don't like this.
When we begin round 2, the Paintress is still stunned because she was broken, so she loses her first turn out of 2 that she gets at the beginning, and she spends her second turn summoning a weapon. With Monoco's first turn, because we're on the Almighty Mask of the Bestial Wheel, we can use the Chalier combo to do lots of damage. Phase 2 of this fight is all about AP management. If you run out of AP at the wrong time, you're doomed. So we'll just have Mayel use her base attack to regain some AP after using Fleur Fury at the end of round 1. Now with Verso, we're going to aim carefully with our free aim shots, and we're going to keep hitting the Paintress, hopefully getting up to that S rank of perfection, which means we'll deal lots more damage. And when we get down to 3 AP remaining, we're going to go ahead and use the skill Blitz to give ourselves a second turn.
Let's go faster. Let's carve a path.
And now we're just going to use a base attack. If she summons a giant brush of light, it's going to empower her weapon, but I find that this attack is pretty well telegraphed and it's easy to parry and get the counterattack for it. It is absolutely critical that we leave the Bestial Wheel at Agile and not use any AP with Monoco. We want to keep using base attacks with him until the right time. Just make sure you get up to maximum AP if possible. And then with Mayel, we're back up to 9 AP at this point, so we're going to use some free aim shots and hopefully rack up some burns with her, and then we'll use a base attack for more damage. It's Verso's turn again, and the Paintress's break gauge should be pretty much full at this point. If not, we'll have a few more of our free aim shots with Verso until we get down to 2 AP with him, and then we're going to use the skill Radiant Slash in order to break her. Because she's broken, she's stunned, and she skips her turn. Then Monoco is not going to use any AP, we'll just use a base attack to make sure that we have maximum AP for later. And then Mayel is going to use Swift Stride because the enemy's burning, we'll get back into Virtuo stance. When Corrupted Chroma cascades from the hands of the Paintress, a few things will happen. First, we get afflicted with the Cursed status effect, which means our characters will die in just a couple turns. We've got to end the fight fast. But she regains multiple shields. Luckily, we've got Monoco, who has the ability Chevalier Piercing. Because we're on the Agile Mask of the Bestial Wheel, we've got lots of AP, and this attack gains power for each shield on the enemy. We should be able to win the fight with this attack. And now we'll get another cutscene.
Is it over?
No, we're not done yet.
We now have phase 3 of the fight, but the Paintress really isn't in the mood to fight anymore. She removes our negative status effect of Curse, and she also gives Mayel a couple shields here. She still has the shields from before, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the turn from Verso over to Mayel, and then we'll pass the turn from Mayel over to Monoco. We've got enough AP that we can use Chevalier Piercing to get around those shields and do some damage. Probably not enough to kill her, but at least we're getting close. It's Verso's turn again, and once again I'm going to pass his turn back over to Monoco. We gain enough AP, and because we're on the Almighty Mask of the Bestial Wheel, we can now use a powered up Chevalier Piercing to get around those shields and win the fight. After the battle, we get a lot of experience as well as a new Pictos called Painted Power, which I'll explain soon. But for now, enjoy numerous cutscenes as Act 2 comes to a close.
Rest now. Things will be better soon.
It's done. You're free. You are all free.
Is this real?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Gustav's watching over us. Hey, come. Wanna plant it?
Though presumably, there'll be no one coming after, right?
It's symbolic.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Still feel immortal?
No less than yesterday.
Shall we test it out?
I appreciate the offer.
Monoco, you've been extra quiet since we got to the monolith.
Have I?
What now? We go back to Lumiere and life goes on?
Yeah, decades and decades in front of us. Guess this is how it feels to be immortal. What do we do now with all this time?
The expedition might be over, but we're not done yet. There are so many questions left to answer.
Lumiere red.
of the conflicts and deceptions that plague our family and theirs. So, I entrust you with this letter. Whether you give it to her is up to you. I'm at peace with what's to come. When the time comes, I hope you will be too. Maya, it's a strange feeling watching you with my brother, laughing and smiling, without the scars or the memories that afflict me. Alicia, as she was meant to be, not this painted version that I am. My family, a facsimile of yours, and this world, a mirror, painted by your mother, the Paintress, to stave off her grief. Seeing your expedition through would plunge us all into the abyss. For in ridding the world of the Paintress, you'd lose the sole force standing against the one who would erase us, the one who invokes the flowers of the Gommage. An act of love, for he does love her. Your father. On her monolith, she paints a warning for us all, of the few she can save as her power wanes. We all wish for our families to thrive. Your family, however, believes only one can survive. But perhaps you'll find another way. You who have lived amongst us, perhaps you differ from your father and your sister, as I differ from mine. Your mother paints life, whilst your father, death. What will you paint?
A Glimpse in the Past, Monolith Year 49.
You're okay.
Alicia? Good, you're awake. Come downstairs.
Epilogue, Alicia. We're in control of Alicia, and we want to make our way downstairs and through the dining hall.
Come along now. I'm in Renoir's atelier. Alicia, quit dawdling. End of the corridor, you know where it is. Finally. Our little shadow is awake.
Now let's talk to Clair standing nearby.
Our parents are quite the stubborn pair. They're still fighting each other inside the canvas. He has her imprisoned at the top of the monolith, and she has him trapped beneath. It's a stalemate.
I'm worried. They've been inside the canvas for so long.
They've spent longer than this in other canvases. It's not that dire. Yes, I know. Maman's been in there for quite a while already. And Renoir is wasting time in there, trying to help someone who doesn't want his help. We have more urgent matters to attend to.
Did you see Verso?
You're as bad as Aline. He's not Verso. He's a painted copy built from our mother's memories. You do well to remember that.
I know that. I'm not a child.
Don't roll your eyes at me, sister dear. I know you're not a child, but you're not grown either. And too many in our family have lost all caution and sense of late.
We'll choose the continue option. And then, can you help Maman?
Help her do what? Run away and hide? She's already succeeded there. Honestly, if Aline wants to numb herself in the canvas, then let her. Grief is no excuse. We're all grieving. She's a grown woman, and she was the head of the Painters' Council. She failed her responsibilities. I don't have time to coddle her. And before Verso died, she would have said the same.
Can you help Papa?
I already have. Aline is more skilled than Renoir, but I've tipped the scales in his favor. I have my pets in place. She who controls Chroma controls the canvas. I can't take her Chroma, but I can keep it from returning to her. Yes, it's enough. It's just a matter of time. As she weakens, Renoir is able to erase her oldest creations. with the exception of her obscene fake family. She's made them immortal, but luckily, they're also quite useless.
And now we'll choose the bottom option, conclude questions.
I need you to take care of yourself while I'm gone.
You're leaving?
Don't be naive. The world doesn't stop simply because our family is in mourning. The conflict is spreading, and there are things I must do if we Painters are to survive.
I want to help.
You will do nothing. You're too weak to do anything useful. You'd be a liability. The writers used you against us once before. They won't hesitate to use you again. And I can't promise that I'll make the same choice Verso made. Verso traded his life for yours. I both love and hate him for that. The damn fool. Although, if you really want to be useful, then enter the canvas and help Renoir. I need him back here sooner rather than later. I'll fight this war alone if I have to, but I'd really rather not. Can you handle that? Lest you forget, the only reason those two are in there is because your naivety cost Verso his life. Good. Go to the canvas when you're ready. And repaint your throat when you're in there, before you completely forget how to have a conversation.
Now we're going to go forward and interact with the big blue painting. Verso's childhood canvas, where we used to play. Where he painted Esquier and Monoco. And where Maman and Papa now fight. Clay is right. It's my fault. I should help fix this. And I do want to fix this. I do, if I can. Verso would have. And it would be nice to talk and breathe again without pain, without my face being... Not that that's the reason to do this. No, it's the right thing to do, after everything I've caused. Enter the canvas? Yes.
If we bring Maman out of the canvas, she'll try to return. We must hide the canvas.
Well reasoned. And such a clever hiding spot you've chosen. She'll still find it, but I'm impressed. This only truly ends if you destroy the canvas. And that means stopping the final sliver of Verso's soul from painting. Wasn't so hard. Wait, that's Aline's Chroma. Stay calm. Don't let it take control of you. Calm, Alicia, or it'll paint over you. What an auspicious start. Well, you're about to be reborn in this world as one of Aline's creations. Have fun. At least this will keep you out of trouble until I get back.
If you thought that was the end, oh no, we've got plenty left to do.
She's a girl. She's a girl. She's beautiful. a lovely voice. My love, did you decide on a name?
Yes. Oh, my darling girl. We have precious little time together. You'll never know us. But I want you to know that you are loved. I want you to know you're not alone. You will always be the beautiful child I held in my arms. You will smile the brightest smile. You will cry iridescent tears. You will know love, and you will know pain. You will know loss all too well, because we live in an unforgiving world. But you are strong, and you will survive. You will struggle, and you will learn. You'll find people to call your own, and you will shine as their guiding light. For you will change the world, and the people around you. You'll forever be our princess. I have decided on her name. And her name will be Maëlle.
Act 3. Maëlle.
Actually, I prefer Maëlle.
I think I do too. But I'm not really Verso, and you're not really Maëlle, are you?
You're not Verso, no. You look and sound just like him, but you're you. I'm still Maëlle, though. You should have helped me remember.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. If I'd listened to Maman, if I hadn't trusted the writers, Verso would still be alive and you...
Wouldn't exist.
Wouldn't be caught in the middle. Maman did a terrible thing, painting you into Verso's campus, giving you his memories, pretending the fire only took me. But I'm glad you exist.
Your father was right to erase everyone is better this way.
Better for who? Verso would never have wanted his campus gone. He loved Esquier and his Gestrals and Grandis.
It was killing our mother. Staying here so long in a make-believe world with her make-believe family.
It's not make-believe. It's not. You're not to me. Papa's here. He'll help me fix Lumiere.
Will he?
Maman painted a rather unflattering portrait of him. He's much warmer than the Renoir, you know.
I bet.
We now find ourselves back in Lumiere, and we get access to the Painted Power Pictos, which allows us to break the damage limit and do more than 9,999 damage in battle. Mayal has recovered her memories as a Paintress. Mayal now has access to new skills. Now run forward through the city streets.
Your father was the one erasing everyone. Why would he help repaint everything?
I hid the canvas before I entered, so Maman can't come back again. There's no need to erase the canvas anymore.
He'll want you to go home.
I'm not at risk like Maman. I haven't been in this canvas that long. Besides, Papa has a soft spot for me. He'll listen.
Alicia. You're safe. I thought I told you to stay home.
Technically, my body's at home.
Some of Aline's finest work. I regret that it caused you so much pain. What Aline did was unfair to you most of all. Please, accept the Descendre family's apologies. I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but perhaps that's the outcome we both desire.
What?
I'm proud of you. Getting your mother out of the canvas was not easy. Once we erase the canvas, we won't have to worry anymore.
But she's home now. Why?
You know your mother. Verso painted this canvas. It contains a piece of his soul. She'll never willingly part with it.
No.
For the sake of the living, we must part with the dead.
No, Papa. See, I hid the canvas.
She will always find it. This is our only opportunity, while she's too sick from her prolonged descent into the canvas to return.
No. Papa. Papa, please. This is Verso's only canvas. You can't destroy the last piece of him that we have. This is my home now. You can't just decide...
Your home? After all that with your mother, you want to stay?
You know how little remains of my life outside.
Alicia, you'll die. You've already been here longer than you should.
But...
No. Look at me, I said no. I am not letting my daughter risk her life. Alicia.
No, Mum. I'm not going to lose myself if I stay.
I know full well you will, and I am not doing this again.
And at this point we get the trophy called Back to Lumiere.
So easily. What am I doing wrong?
Don't be discouraged. It's only been a day since you remembered your Paintress side.
We believe in you!
Remember them. Painting isn't about verisimilitude. It's about essence. Truth of who they are. Your father made the axles, right?
She who plays with wonder, he who guards truth with lies.
They're the essence of your mother and your brother.
To talk about.
So you were her daughter? And you were a Paintress too?
So cool, right?
And you knew this whole time! You fucking coward! You betrayed us! We trusted you!
You can bring them back too. Yeah? Everyone we've lost.
Yeah, but I need Chroma and Papa controls all the Chroma in the canvas.
No. Not all of it. The Expeditioners. The ones killed by Nevrons. Gustave noticed their Chroma remains in their bodies. They never dissipated. Like the Gamage.
It's sold Chroma and not pure. It won't be like bringing the two of you back, but we could use it in other ways.
Time for the greatest expedition in history.
We now find ourselves back at camp, and we want to go a little bit over toward the left and use that expedition flag, and we'll see that we've got some new options available to us. Not only can we rest and upgrade our attributes and learn our skills, but we can now upgrade our weapons, we can upgrade expedition resources, and access some challenges. But that's going to have to wait for a later time because this is where we're going to rest and where we're going to end part 14. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button as it really helps me out, and consider subscribing so that you can stay up to date with the rest of the videos in this series and more to come in the future. I'll see you soon in part 15 where we conclude the rest of the story and we can begin moving into the real endgame content, and I can't wait to bring that to you. I'll see you soon in part 15. Until then, thanks for watching and have a good day.